Perth Racing Preview is where the straight-up team finds you the winners at Belmont Park. All the fixed odds markets are from Tab Touch.
Now we welcome in officially Rusty Klett and Brad McManus for a preview of this final 8-event program from Belmont on Saturday. Are we all looking forward to getting back to Ascot in a couple of weeks' time following the race round in Kalgoorlie?
Look, we are, but at the same time, hats off to everyone at Perth Racing to get through the entire winter, the wettest winter in 30 years, without losing a meeting. Well done. And no one really I don't like the 12 race meetings. I hate it. I think Perth Racing hate it when we lose a meeting. We have to double up and we get 12 races or 14 races on a day. It's too long. So well done to all the clubs that assisted Perth Racing, and our thanks goes out to all of the track managers right across the state, because it was a team effort. And we got through, as I said, one of the wettest winters in a long, long time without dropping a meeting. Well done.
And well done to Rusty for avoiding all of that rain as well by being in Broome or Kalgoorlie or
Bali,
overseas, Bali, Thailand.
Talking about overseas, have you heard from the great man, McGinnity?
Well, there's updates coming apparently.
Okay, what's he looking at over there?
Well, nautical attire.
Yes, this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing.
It's that time of the year where you need to as well, with the weather what they're considering now.
Imagine that big launch out there just off the back of Gloucester Park here. It'd be fantastic.
That rig is designed for a boat as well.
And he could drive it home.
That's what he's built for.
Oh, that's what he's worked on for years to get that rig. No, but I reckon I'm looking forward to it. And I could see him with the hat on too, the skipper's hat.
Pair of loafers.
Yeah, no risk. Deck shoes.
White linen.
Yep, shirt undone,
sure.
right down. Shirt flailing open.
Yeah, buttons optional.
I wouldn't even have them. I don't even think he'd have buttons on the shirt after the second tour out there on the yacht.
He might be a Velcro man, actually.
He might be. I wonder if he'll have a crew.
Now, we've had a couple of texts on the Retrovision text line about the app, the Tab Touch app. We are aware of it, and that's been sent off. So an issue with some pending bets, but no money's leaving accounts or going into accounts. More so the latter that people are more concerned about and thinking that could be a possibility. But, yeah, just a couple small pending issues, but no doubt people are on that behind the scenes here. So that's getting sorted. This one for you, Bradley. When do fixed odds for 2J come out?
The cup is up now.
How good is that?
The cup is up now, and the rest we are thinking will be Saturday morning.
Yep.
Early Saturday morning.
Okay, good. This one here as well. Marcel of Melville. G'day, boys. Just one for McGinnity, the Meerkat. Thanks for the $12 long service leaf. Grand final drinks are sorted.
That was Wednesday.
Congratulations to the people who found that off a nice trial.
Very good trial.
at close, I think.
Yeah.
You're a generous man this time of year.
Be a very nice form race, that. Those first three are very good horses.
Absolutely.
Straight up pairing along beautifully without the usual anchor boys. I did say anchor. Split the G in race 3 has to be the Omen bet for Saturday. I'm loading up. I think there'll be plenty of thoughts about that. Are we ready to go through this 8-event program?
Let's do it.
All right. The first at the time of 1:31 over the 1,400 metres. Number 1, God's Rapture for Willie Pike, opened $2, out to as much as $2.15. Now $2. True Fiction, $8 out to $13. 3, He's a Phoenix, $4.80 out to as much as $5.50, back into $4.80. Number 4, On Cue, $41 out to $61. 5, Brave Dragon, $18 out to $21. 6, Pokhara, $101. 7, Girls on Fire, $4.60 out to $4.80, now into $4.40. 8, So Much Serenity, $16 out to $21. 9, Publicise at $15. Opening price of $13 and now into $9. So Mart's Maps, I've become a platinum subscriber to Mart's Maps as of a couple of weeks ago.
Excellent.
8 from 5 and 4. 8.
So you've got
So Much Serenity to lead ahead 5 and 4. 5, Brave Dragon, 4, On Cue.
No arguments with me. Any arguments there?
Maybe He's a Phoenix out wide to slide forward possibly as well, but concur.
Very good. Good work.
By you,
It's just what I've seen on the Mart's Maps. I can't take too much credit.
Very good. And early call?
Early money?
Yes, please.
Lots of
markets?
Lots of it. All for one horse. Publicised down the bottom. As much as that market move itself isn't big, the money certainly is. And the D-Max stable off a very nice debutant winner on Wednesday as well. So where they landed the cash there too. So publicise, well, where do we start? Where do we finish? There's 150 each way, 200 each way, another 200 wins, another 400 wins, 400 wins, 500 wins, 300 wins, 400 wins, all at between $13 and $9 publicised. It's our biggest stand of the day significantly. So where there's smoke, God's Rapture 800 there at the even money, and a little bit there, he's a Phoenix 300 at the 480 as well.
All right, well, when it's D-Mac and there's money there, and then when he wouldn't take our call to be the guest trainer on, there's some good signs there. The stable's been going beautifully the last 3 months. We keep mentioning it on Straight Up. So no surprises that he's got another nice one to debut. It's funny too with Darren McAuliffe, when you get the pads on, it doesn't seem to impact someone like me more than if, say, another trainer was trying them. So sometimes with the pads, it doesn't seem to make a big deal. For Darren McAuliffe runners, it was a very good trial. It just kept coming and kept coming, sat wide on the trial. Win for Buster, raced on Wednesday, went around very short. So that could have been
$1.50 areas.
Yeah, and didn't quite live up to the hype. God's Rapture, if you want to see a great return run, go to the videos of this one. This was a cracking return. Horse coming out of Group Company, out of the Jim Crack, Karrakatta and WA size for Teddy Martinovich. Got back a little bit, just got home. Willie Pike sticks. The last 50 was definitely the best 50 of the race. It was a funny tempo, that race. They got away to a flyer, Swingman jumped to the front. They sort of eased off in the middle. It was a beautiful ride. And then they ran on home. It was hard to make ground. This horse made ground, made really good ground into third. The extra 200 here is only going to be a tick. I think it's going to be awfully hard to beat. I think it is clearly the one on top here in this race. He's a Phoenix coming out of a good Belmont maiden win. Did get rails throughout, sat just behind the leader. Was a lovely ride from Lucy Fiore, but tougher from barrier 9. I think the map's completely different here, and it is jumping out of maiden grade. Girls on Fire was exceptional in her second win down there at Bunbury. Came from last and was always going to wind up and catch them. There was no doubt about that. Even on the corner, she was motoring and looking the winner. And on the line, won it quite clearly. If ridden out, could have won it by even more. So won it by 0.6 of a length. Good win down there in Bunbury. She's now won 2 of 8 and a couple of 3 placings as well. So good, consistent filly. As we said, So Much Serenity will show a bit of pace and likely leads these. And back on the True, you've always got to be wary of a leader. True Fiction broke his maiden at start number 7. Northam beat Celebrity Angel, was a good effort. And, of course, Darren McAuliffe's down the bottom there, publicised. That's the early mail money. That's the Meerkat horse, the Machino, out of a Universal Ruler mare, Rewrite the Stars. It must be doing some great work at home. The trial was very good, but that's excellent support for a debut in town. So on the opening race of the day, which is also the Thank You Northam Race Club, and a big thank you to all the team out there at Northam. They played their part in making sure that the industry kept their Saturday metropolitan meetings intact right through the winter, and hats off to all the team out there at Northam. I'm sticking with the favourite, God's Rapture. It was a black book run, an excellent return. I think she'll strip a little bit fitter, only goes up a kilo, and the extra 200's right in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, it looks the one at current prices. No interest myself at getting involved. If God's Rapture got to maybe 250, probably would think about getting involved, because I do think it'll be taking care of these.
There you go. That's the first race, Evie.
Second event is over the 1,400 metres. A look at this. Board number 1, Climb on Top, $4.40 out to $6, now back into $5.50. 2, Audio Boy, $9 out to $10, back into $9. 3, Ain't So Bad, $5 into $3.50. 4, Big Day On It, $13 out to $16 into $9. 5, Mama Tembu, $9 out to $10 back into $9. Number 6, Harbin, $9 out to $13 back into $12. Number 7, Kalora, $9 out to $13. Number 8, My Mate, $16 out to $20. Number 9, Wembenyama, $5.50 out to $6. And we should say, speaking to Mac Hall in about 40 minutes' time.
Brilliant.
Wembenyama racing race 2 at Belmont, and then a few runners there at 2J as well on Cup Day. So looking forward to catching up with Mac Hall very soon on Straight Up. Number 10, Ocean Zara, $21 out to $34. Number 11, Royal Zell, $21 out to $41. The Marts maps for this one, race 2, 4, big day on it ahead of 3, ain't so bad.
A bit of activity here.
A bit of premature mapping from Seb too. We'd like to go through the prices first.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Any big bets here? There's activity.
Good punting race.
Yep.
Local pros are keen. They've gone ain't so bad early. 500 at the $5. Audio Boy, 300 at the $9. Big day on it. 300 at the $9.50. Mama Tembu, 250 at the $10. Aside from that, not a lot else to report.
Another interesting race. Couple resuming here. Audio Boy, nice trial. Had the blinkers. It was back and it was wide, and it just got through the line very, very well. Audio Boy, and we know from last week, Adam Durant's stable's in form. They won the first 4 there last week. We actually interviewed Adam before the meeting on Straight Up, and he was quite confident with all of his runners, and I'm sure he steered a few of our audience in the right direction there last week. Ain't so bad. Great mare, this. The beauty about getting back to the last race at Belmont is we are going to get a good track. The weather is superb outside, and I think this mare ain't so bad. The record says it, and I think to the eye she's just going to be better on top of the ground. She's been tough the last couple. Little bit disappointing when she led on that very sticky heavy 8, but what a win last start, sitting outside the leader and winning well. In a Class 3 for fillies and mares, I think that she has the early speed to probably sit outside the leader. I think it could be Big Day on it, which is in agreement with Sebi and martsmaps.com. I think that but sitting just outside the leader should be very hard to beat. There's a horse here that's getting out to a bit of value, getting out to the each way now. Climb on Top with Willie Pike. This race is not as strong as the last couple of races it's had, even though it was in Kalgoorlie and Bunbury. This race is no stronger. It's a horse that keeps making good ground, and I think another one that will be better off back on top of the ground. So I can't dismiss it. As I said, Audio Boy was a good trial. It's a good class of horse, Audio Boy. Runs a lot of seconds, but certainly has ability, and I think it could be that late bloomer, being a 5-year-old, having start 18. The mare will be hard to beat, as I said. Harbin, brow band the first time at start 36 is interesting. Is getting closer to a win, 6th run back here. Could be value at each way. Just the only concern there is 755 days since Harbin last saluted. Kalora gets out to 1,400, which is his best, but you'd need to see his best to figure in this. My Mate has been unplaced. He's passed 11 starts. Another one with a record getting out there, 1,246 days since he's saluted. Wembenyama was a good second the other day in the midweeks. A very good second, came home well from well back. Ocean Zara probably looking for a little bit something a little easier than this, and the wide gate doesn't help. And Royal Zell, back down from the northwest, from the widest gate, will probably struggle. I look at it as a race that Climb on Top could be good value each way in this race. But ain't so bad. I agree with the market, and certainly the market support, $5 into $3.50, that it is the horse to beat.
Yeah, you mentioned Ocean Zara, now a 9-year-old mare. Yeah. Might be looking for someone to climb on top. Rusty.
It could be, mate. Could be looking for the yard.
For me, with there's enough pace with Big Day on it holding up and ain't so bad, who's got to get across from out wide. I like a couple that I think are going to be right there, either midfield or just on their hammer, one being Harbin. Can make a huge case for this horse at the $14 around the traps each way. I think it's a nice setup, and as much as the horse hasn't won in a while, I think it's a pretty good second to Olympic Park there, somewhere in its form last prep, and towing along nicely, this prep and these form lines, Tropicone, Dr. J, Kiralui, that all reads well enough for a race like this, in my opinion. The other one, Mama Tembu, just wanted to edge out over $10 again. Another one, but this is the tail of the race. Some of these haven't done a lot of regular winning, but Mama Tembu, look at those form lines. Supernatural, Arcadia Night, Little Silver, Cool Memory, Odinaka. That's fair to say this is a class drop. Race sets up well for Mama Tembu. Just want her to get over double figures as well. They're the two I'll be getting involved in. And now with this drift on Climb on Top, don't really want to be backing throwing a race, but $6 around the traps, it seems one that will start shorter, doesn't it?
Yeah, surprising that drift this early with Willie Pike aboard, but there you go, it does happen. They certainly find different ways to back him, and they certainly move the markets, and it'll move again between now and Saturday. So keep an eye on that market. If it gets out to some tricky price, better than $7 each way, you could go pretty well sticking with Climb on Top and the state's leading rider.
Retrovision text line, we've got this one from Bunno, the punter. In regards to this next race and also race 4, with the Sun Out track a good 4, Border Control race 3, Ginger Green race 4, best each way bets of the day. So those are the thoughts of the Bunno punter. Let's talk about this third event, the Thank You Bunbury Turf Club handicap over the 1,200 metres. Number 1 is Border Control. $17 right now on Tab Touch. Opened at $12, so a drift there of number 1. Number 2, Canny Rock, $31 into $23. 3, Chino La Diva, $12 out to $17. Tripicone, $4.20 out to $4.80, back into $4.40. Number 5, Gold Vancouver, $7 out to $7.50. 6, Diablo Lad, $14 out to $15, now into $10. Number 7, Great Emotion, $4.60 into $4.40. Number 8, Magali Magic, $4.80 out to $7.50, now $7. Number 9, Split the G, $6 out to $7.50, now into $4.40. 10, Star Power, $23 out to $51.
ESP money early, Seb, Split the G, $400 there at the $6.
There's been some love on the text line.
Magali Magic, $400 there at the $7.50. Aside from that, not a lot of money to speak of. We've seen some pretty decent market moves in the race, but it's just a rusty, just a bit of merging, a bit of Fugazi. You know how it goes. What are we doing here with martsmaps.com, Seb?
Marts Maps 6 in Diablo Lad ahead of 4. Tripicone, martsmaps.com.au.
You're very close.
Gee, all over it.
I think he's all over it again.
Marty's apparently
getting package.
And Mart's getting some deep fake upgrades to the package while he's over in Dubai, because that's where you get
over there for the
that's
AI
where you
as
get
well.
your dark web stuff, isn't
That's
it?
true. I think they've got the AI convention there.
That's what he could be speaking at. He could be presenting.
Keynote speaker.
For Mart's Maps.
Mart will be presenting, don't worry about that.
Well, there you go. Oh, yeah, we having the premium package. There's no doubt about that. Good race, this. Really good race. I'm with the money. I'm with Split the G. I did like the 750. Thank you very much. I'm not too concerned about the barrier. Chris Parnham, first time's a big plus for me. And this horse really hasn't run a bad race. The one on debut beat its stablemate. The 5th was okay. Went straight out in the paddock. Came back good second in its trial. It's been in Saturday grade all the way through. The 3rd behind Cape Lewin from a wide barrier was good. And then last week, I think, getting within 1.2 lengths of Swingman in that race. It was quite difficult to make ground. It was a little bit green in that race. That's probably why they've gone maybe a switch of rider, maybe to Chris. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but dropping 2 kilos, it just looks like the one for me. I think the setup's good for it here. Diablo Lad will meet Tropicone 2 kilos better. The two of them were very good last start. Gold Vancouver was excellent down at Bunbury. Put them away at Bunbury. I just don't know the strength of that race was there. Great Emotion, the one that gave you heart palpitations when they backed it right in heavily at its last start, and sort of disappointed, I think, with the punters on the heavy track there. It should bounce back, I think, with a better going on Saturday. It's the first time in its life they've added the blinkers, which is also a good positive sign that they want to go forward with this horse. And I thought Magali Magic, it sort of leapt in the air as the gate sprung last start. Might have missed it a length, but finished up a 0.8 of a length behind. Winning by 0.8 of a length over Silver Olivia. That was a good effort from well back in contention earlier. So split the G for me. I think it's still each way, or close enough to each way. It's sort of disappearing. I could see it starting even shorter. I'm not worried about the barrier. I think Chris Parnham's positive, and I do think this is an easier assignment than last week.
I wanted to back split the G wherever it went next start.
Yep.
I cannot find a spot for it. So unless it's going to the breeze, I think it's going to be last or wide. I just can't see the gaps opening, and obviously it's all guesswork because it's maps. We leave that to Mart, but sometimes you got to play these races on field a little bit. And the reason I wanted a fair bit of a better price, despite the fact that I was very keen to be on the horse, is I'm not sure it gets.
Well, sound the death two back.
Yeah,
and third to Cape Norwood.
I don't think you're crossing. I think Doblo Lad's holding up. I think Tropiconi's getting to the breeze.
Well,
I think there's enough speed of the horses drawn inside it to hold the spots behind it. I just sort of can't see where it gets.
Okay.
Now, that could be blown out of the water. It might jump straight to the front.
Yeah, it does happen.
It might jump straight to the front. But my bet in the race will be Magali Magic at that $7 price each way. It's a beautiful draw fruit, a beautiful setup. There is enough speed. It's a great price. The 1200 is the query, but it's a great price to find out, isn't it?
No money for it early?
There has just been a little bit of money.
Okay.
There was a drift due to markets merging, and there are just some different opinions, and other corporates had a much bigger price.
And it's a tricky race, $4.40 the field. You're getting value. If you can find the winner, basically, you're going to go home with something from the day. Border Control, I think, getting back on top of the ground, as our texter said, might help. It'll certainly be an improver there. I just don't know if it's at city grade, and I'm still questioning that. But a good race there for race 3 at Belmont for the last day. And thank you to Bunbury Turf Club is the name of the race. Well done to Alex Noble and the team down there at Bunbury. They also played a huge part, didn't they? A massive part in making sure we didn't miss any meetings over winners. So well done to all those clubs, as mentioned in the race book, Northam, Pinjarra and Bunbury, for their part in making sure we had a incident-free winter.
Spot on, Rusty. This one off the Retrovision text line. Good afternoon, Rusty. Seb, thanks for sorting out the account. It does look like Tab Touch, the back end there, has sorted the pending bets out, and it's all fixed. If you open up your Tab Touch apps, this one says, also, I believe Mick McGuan is the best AFL analyst. He's informed and provides views that are all so comprehensive. Again, thanks for fixing the account in readiness for the Manikato, which I think we'll talk about a little bit later, Rusty.
And well done to Danks Furniture for getting us Mick McGuan. He's a ripper.
All thanks to Danks Furniture. Race 4.
You need a new couch, Rusty.
Is the WA Race Horse Owners Association handicap over the mile. The market, number 1, Other One Sun, $7 out to $8.50. 2, Ginger Green, $8 out to $10, but has love on the Retrovision text line. 3, Stormageddon, $3.80 into $3.10. 4, Street Band, $5 into $4.60. 5, Candlelight Supper, $41 out to $51. 6, Classic Rogue, $11 out to $13 into $10. 7, Hostile Talk, $3.50 out to $4.20. 8, Max Wooshtappen, $9 out to $10 into $9.50. 9, Atlantis Beach, $23 out to $26.
Early local Sharpie Keen Stormageddon, $800 at the $3.80. Classic Rogue, a couple of hundred each way at the $13, and a couple of hundred each way. Ginger Green at the $10. Street Band, $300 at the $5. A little bit of money. Candlelight Supper down the bottom there. Atlantis Beach is friendless. Martsmaps.com.
Okay, we need the speed map.
According to Smarts Maps, 6, Classic Rogue ahead of, I think, 4, Street Band.
And that'll be pretty
Do we
close to
think
the money.
Max could take it up as well? There's not a lot of speed in this race, is there? It's messy. It's a bit Lionel.
Getting down to 56 kilos, he might come across and try, Max. Much better in front if he can get there. But an interesting map for sure. And you're not far off it, I don't think, at all. Martsmaps.com. I can see why the money's there, Classic Rogue. It's a good value bet this, dropping 5 kilos with the engagement of Cooper. getting right down in the weights now. 53.5 kilos. I know it's been a while between wins and it's only 2 from 23 at Belmont. But the map, the way I see it setting up, is that this horse could probably get leaders back. Could get a beautiful camp on them on the true. And at that sort of $10 mark, I think it is currently, I can certainly see why there's support there. Street Band, the big jockey changes here, of course, is that Sean O'Donnell's stuck with the stable Trevor Andrews, so he's hopped off Ginger Green and he's hopped off Classic Road to stick with Street Band. Horse is racing well, just needs to break through, just needs a win. It's well and truly overdue. Been placed 4 of its past 5, would be a great bread and butter horse to own. But it does need to salute sooner or later. And Chanel Cooper going on to Classic Road with a claim, and Sean going on to Street Band. It does make a big change there to the weights. So just be a little bit careful there with the weights there, Street Band. Stormageddon. Michael Grantham's horses are flying. The stable's flying. Clint Johnson Porter's flying. It was a great run over the 1200. It got out to $18 there first up, ran second to King Advisor. It was fall back on the rail on a heavy 8. Looked like it was in enormous trouble when you come into the corner, but powered home. It was a really good run late. Hit the line super. I think the mile's going to suit this horse, being so you'd think. I think the mile will be absolutely ideal second up, and Mickey Grantham's horses do come to hand pretty quickly. It was a really good return. Other One Son has been out of the winner's stall now for 1,211 days, which is a long time. But each run, it seems to be building here, this prep. I think getting back on a good track helps it. It's won 3 3 seconds from 7 starts on the good. So I think that's a big plus for Other One Son. It did box seat the other day when it ran 5th, but it was still finding the line okay. I think the dry track will be a big help for it. Hostile Talk, Willie Pike. It meets Street Band 3.5 kilos better for their last meeting, but it was beaten quite a way, 3.6 lengths, and sort of got back in traffic, which it does. The barrier 3 will probably be back again. It was fall back on the rails last time and would need to make ground on them. Max Verstappen, Misty Baisley's 4-year-old, only having start number 8, big, strong, leggy type. Looks a stayer in the making, this horse of mine, Max Verstappen. It's 1, 2 of 7. Again, a ripper return, sat outside the leader. Sort of drifted off the track a bit in the last couple of 100 metres, so it was feeling it, but it held on and won by nearly a length. Brad Parnham goes on, senior rider goes on and drops 4 kilos from the claim. So a few ticks there going in its favour, and it's got ticker. There's no doubt about that. That horse has got ticker. That's pretty much the race for mine. I'm going to stick with Classic Rogue at a price. But in a race where, in a meeting where it's quite hard to find a lot of value, I think it's one of the better ones at value, and dropping the 5 kilos is a very big push from me. It'll go even better there on Saturday.
Do we think something different could happen tactically in this race, Rusty? Maybe a horse drawn wide like Other One Son that's going pretty well. With the lack of speed in the race, maybe they send it forward or something like that? It'd
be its best chance for mine. Whether they want to do that when they're only a fortnight away from Ascot, I don't know. But I think getting back on the good ground, it would be an interesting tactic, and it certainly could be employed.
Because it could be a real sit and sprint type affair. Otherwise, couldn't it? There's just such a lack of pace in the race. So, with that in mind, I've got to be. My query on Hostile Talk is the mile. I think that's just a bit of a concern. But now the horse is older, more mature. Drawn barrier 3, drawn soft in a race that might not have much tempo, so it might be more like a 1400 race than a mile. So at around that 450 mark, which it's getting to now, Hostile Talk, that could probably get me, because it has, as much as the numerical form isn't great, I don't really think it's put a foot wrong this preparation. I think it's been super all the way through, so it's ready to win one. And you look at those form lines, and they're really solid for a race like this.
Is it in the early railway markets? I know that the Mauler.
No, we're just waiting for it to tick a few more boxes, but the mauler does send an email into Tab Touch Daily saying, can you put it and Lost City in the railway markets? Lost City's been sold, I think, unfortunately, mauler, so we won't be putting it in.
Okay, hostile talk still on the way towards summer. Another ripper race, and that's halfway through Belmont for Saturday, Seb.
We'll take a quick break. The quaddie legs to come. This one, just to leave us thinking about in the break from Greg F., afternoon champions. If Seb can select the leader in race 8 at Belmont Saturday, I will invest in some Mart's merchandise. Possibly, from my eyes, son of the boss from the wide gate for front rider jockey Jay Brown. That's Greg F. So we'll just...
a good test for you, this one.
We'll mull over that over the next couple of minutes.
Lock
and then
back into martsmaps.com and we'll see what happens.
martsmaps.com.au. Discussing off air, the other man, a part of this trio usually, is Riley Morgan.
Yes, where is he, the 3D glasses?
He's been enjoying himself lately with the grand final win on Saturday afternoon for South Mandurah, but he's headed to the big smoke for the main grand final on Saturday.
Is he what? Does he
He's
support,
at the G.
Does he support one of those teams?
No, he's a West Coast fan. He's a long way from a grand final.
All right. Okay.
So I think he's just over there enjoying himself, but as he should.
Have you been to one, Seb?
The local one, well, the AFL grand final at Optus.
That was here. It was really, really
but
good.
I do need to get to the G.
No,
Bradley, not yet.
I've been lucky. I've been to the G about 4 times now for a grand final.
What was
Very
the best
good.
one?
Well, because you own a box there, that does make it easier.
I saw the two Sydney West Coast 2005 and 6, which were one kick either way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get better games.
Yeah.
Test the heart out, those two.
And then I saw the one that broke the heart of everyone in Fremantle, 2013.
But it was a good game again.
A good game, but heartbreaking.
Missed a lot of opportunities early.
Absolutely.
5.
Any mail on how Riley went in the grand final, assuming he had 45 touches and took 6?
I did have a text yesterday saying a best on ground performance. Whether he was actually best on ground, I'm not sure. He kicked a goal, though. I could see that on the stats, but they won by 5 points in a game, which I think they didn't expect to be so close.
He told me he won with 3 votes, and that was his own polling card. So well done.
He's a polar. He's
Absolutely.
a polar.
He would be. He's a contested beast, just like the Brownlow medalist, so that's clearly what the umpires see.
And our man in Dubai, no word in yet on the text line about what he's bought or purchased or anything?
No, there's rumours about it just being a stopover. And
a stopover?
Picking up a package from Russia.
Okay.
The package's name is Svetlana.
Okay.
Do you know where he's staying in Dubai?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, he's at the White Lotus.
Huh?
He is. 1469's the room. 1469. And he said it's really
That's
good.
That's at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's one of the penthouse suites.
He's taken the water out of the fishbowl and put it on the counter in the middle of the main room. I'm not sure why someone would do that.
He's an unusual character at times. And when he doesn't like humidity, so I think that's the thing.
No,
and he'd be working out too. I hear he's at the gym 3 times a day.
No doubt.
When he comes back, he's going to be ripped, ready for that yacht, that motor yacht. I'm telling you, it's going to be good.
Performance enhancers over there in Dubai as well. I think you can get a hold of
I think
those.
he could even run faster. You're right.
All right, let's get into the main quaddie legs now. Over the 1,400 metres, we've got the MCA Polytrack Handicap. Number 1, Profit and Power, $10 out to $12 into $9.50. Number 2, Benji's, $41 into $31. 3, Cold Chisel, $21 out to $23, back into $21. Number 4, Centric Nature, $2.75 into $1.95.
Whoa.
Number 5, Here for Checks, $10 out to $14 into $13. 6, Profit Pocket, $9 out to $14, back into $12. Number 7, Yarra Lee, $10 out to $17, back into $15. 9, Soldanel, $8 out to $12, back into $10. 10, Miss Esprit, $16 into $13. 11, Romeo, $23 out to $31, back into $21. And finally, number 12, Ton of Grunt, $12 out to $15, back into $14.
Yeah, big deductions with deferred coming out, Seb. Huge deductions. Ignore the fact that everything else has drifted and Centric Nature's carved $1 off the price. It's just deductions, mate.
I got a bit excited.
It's just deductions. Or is it? 1,200 at $2.75, 1,300 at $2.50, 500 at 275, 500 at 220, a couple of thousand at $1.95 if you don't mind. This is all eccentric nature, by the way. Profit and Power, a couple hundred each way at the 11. Mrs. Spree, a couple of hundred each way at the 16, and another 100 each way there at the 16. It's the other one they're snipping away at. And a couple of hundred deferred at the early price, well played, because you've had an early collect.
Yeah, any idea what's happened there with deferred?
Yeah, it's been scratched, Rusty.
Okay, that's all we know. All right, I just thought with blinkers first on.
Scratched last week as well.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Maybe they're saving it for Cal. Who knows?
Maps?
Maps we have in the fifth event. We've got the 1, Profit and Power, ahead of Profit Pocket, Mrs. Spree.
Yeah, I like it. Here for checks, some chance. They can go both ways with that horse.
I had no difference on my maps. I thought that was the way they were going to start, and that's the way they're certainly shaping. Profit and Power, good trial, really good trial with a 4 kilo apprentice K Wells aboard. Had no blinkers in that trial, sat 3 wide, no cover. Just worked its way to the line beautifully. Drawn 10, I can see them going forward and taking it up. That's its usual pattern. Chanel Cooper brings the weight down by 1.5 kilos on its last run. It's had the 2 trials, so I think they're certainly getting it fit before they bring it back to the races. It's got a good record, four starts for 2 wins and 2 seconds at the track. It's got a really good track record. It's been 13 out of 13 on a good track. It's either won or placed every start. Never been unplaced on a good track, and it will get the good track here. I think it's value. I really do. I can just smell value here at $10, $9.50 around the place for Profit and Power, and I do think it actually gets a fairly soft lead here. It could get the soft lead on the new true pad for the last meeting at Belmont, and it could be very, very difficult to beat. Profit and Power, another one's been crying out to see a good track. Had its preparation had a false start to its preparation there. What was it now? 63 days ago. It returns again. Lucy Fiore, Tony Triscari, drawn 9, but it'll probably get across into the running line there somewhere. It's an on-pacer, another one that I just think has been waiting for the sun to come out. Eccentric Nature, you can see why the support's there. It looked short. It looked like it would be the favourite. It looked like certainly the one to beat. Great run the other day. Yorga Pride, as we've said, is a horse that tries and really was trying its heart out to get to the line, but this horse just had its measure and just kept ploughing forward. $1.90. Tough to take, but it certainly is the horse to beat. Southern L meets Eccentric Nature 3 kilos better and does love the 1,400 metres, so there's a couple of ticks there. Mrs. Spree drops 3.5 kilos on her last run. She draws well here, draws to probably sit behind Profit and Power. I think she'll get the leader's back run, which again could be really good on that true pad, on a good pad at Belmont. This could be a totally different meeting to our previous few meetings at Belmont, so just be aware of that, punters. With the good track and back on the true, we might see different patterns there completely. Here for checks was a good trial, ran on well. I just don't know if he'd be ready first up. He usually takes a run before he hits his straps, and drawn 12 might go back, I think, here for checks, so it could map difficult. Yarralea, yet to show much, does also meet Eccentric Nature, 3 kilos better. I think the horse is better at Ascot, and it will be there in a couple of weeks' time. But that's the race, and I think the value there is Profit and Power. If you're getting shopping around $10 and $2.50 around the shops, I do think currently $9.50 on Tab Touch is a good price for a horse that trialled extremely well. He's a good fresh horse, and as I said, loves Belmont and loves it dry.
Yarralea last prep probably should have won 4 or 5 races, maybe 6. It was in 72 plus races and should have won a couple of them. This is not a 72 plus. Yarralea draws a gate, gets Chris Parnham. The trial was good. The first up run was fine on a sticky track. The second up run, I think, may well have just been a tick over run on a very sticky track.
Yep.
So happy to forgive that. Chris jumps back on horse, gets a gate, which it can utilise. If the best Yarralee turns up, that $15 plus is going to look like a very good price when she wins by a length and a half, because if she does what she was doing last prep in this race, she can be winning this race. So I'm keen to get involved Yarralee here. Understand your theory that possibly Yarralee goes better at Ascot, but the Belmont form's good enough, and I just think Yarralee's been waiting for the track to firm right up, which it has, which it will be for Saturday. So.
And your thoughts on the Profit and Power trial?
Well, it's certainly in the lovely trial, certainly in the mix. It's a horse that quite simply doesn't run bad races, does it, Rusty? So it has to be respected in that regard. Respect-centric nature. I just think punters missed the boat last start. Big Drifter got the chocolates, and maybe there's a bit of chasing tail this time, it was good first up in a very good form race. The Dr. J run was very good, so it's going to be thereabouts, eccentric nature, but $1.95, happy to watch it go around to that price.
I really do like the two trials, and I really do like the fact that Jimmy Taylor's bringing Profit and Power back with the two trials under its belt. Overall, 15 times in the money out of 18. What you see is what you get. If you go back and check out that trial, as I said, 3 wide, no cover. Didn't have the blinkers on, had a 4 kilo apprentice on, and it was very soft through the line, probably ridden exactly to instructions from the trainer, and well done to that young jockey. But, if you want to see one bowling along and give yourself a side, I think it could be Profit and Power on Saturday.
Third last event of the day is the Pinnacles Carnival. Stays right over 2,200 metres. Number 1, Royal Law, $16 out to 19. 2, Magic Whistle, 18 out to 21. 3, Admired, $61 into $51. 4, I Love Your Smile, $3.30 out to $3.40 into $3.10. 5, Lombardina, $4.40 out to $4.80. 6, Emerald Trader, $7.50 out to $9.50 into $9. 7, Truvinsky, $31. 8, Just Leroy, $18 out to $19. 9, Lyrical Angels, $7.50 out to $8.10. Beats of War, $13 into $8. 11, Long Jeans, $15 out to $16. 12, Al Unique, $21 out to $26. 13, For Your Eyes, $21 out to $23. And 14, Olden, $26 holding form.
Beats of War, a little bit of local sharp money there. Couple hundred at the $11. Lyrical Angel, $300 each way at the $7.50. Just Leroy, a couple of hundred each way at the $18. Champion, $300 at the $3.10. I Love Your Smile. Plenty of smaller bets building up. Lyrical Angel, always a well-supported horse with us, and obviously going very nicely at the moment. For martsmaps.com, Seb?
I think 2, Magic Whistle, ahead of Royal Law, Lyrical Angel, and Long Jeans.
Probably with Beats
Just
of War
Leroy
leading
up there
them.
too.
Probably with Beats of War leading them. Yeah.
Yep. Not far off. Look, there's a genuine tempo here, which is great. There's 4 or 5 that could lead it. I'm with you. There will be a definite genuine tempo. Lyrical Angel, we were a bit stiff there 2 weeks ago. Ended up getting... We put it out as the best bet of the day at the each way. Got out to $21 and $4.20 and paid $4.20. It came widest in that run when the rails seemed to be the pattern that was working. It was just a victim of circumstances. It was set back from the wide barrier. There was nothing wrong with the ride. I'm not potting the ride in any way, shape or form. Stevie said, righto, well, I've got to get you in a clear air because you're travelling. And it came from dead last. It was a really, really good run. 1.4 lengths off I Love Your Smile. And meets I Love Your Smile 2 kilos better on Saturday. Another one I think will enjoy being back on top of the ground. I think the barrier is the big difference here for Lyrical Angel. Drawn 4, it'll race closer as it did in its 3 starts prior to the 3rd there at Belmont. And I think it'll go close. So this mare is doing everything right at home. That's the reports I keep getting, and we've been following her right through this prep. I think she's due, and she's probably overdue, and I'd love to see A horse that's racing so well, I'd love to see her get rewarded with a win, Lyrical Angel, before we head off to Ascot. Shows values there. What are we looking at? $7 or $8 still?
Yep.
$7 or $8 is good value. I Love Your Smile. All three runs back after the Bunbury Cup have been excellent. Luke's got this horse just ticking over beautifully. The fifth was good. The third was even better. And last start, the win. From fall back on the rails, Pike just stayed on the rail and made sure that he made every shortcut there to get it home. Lombardina, another one of our favourites. We got the chocolates there a couple of weeks back. We played the trombone there when this mare knocked off Hey Pino, got us a result. I think it was $14 into about $8 that day. So it was certainly one of ours, and it continues to race well. The only real bad run, and if you call it a bad run, was when it went well back and sort of got stuck in traffic that day around 11th on the heavy 8. It won't be a heavy 8 tomorrow. Its good form is excellent. 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2/3 on a good track. It'll enjoy the sun on its back. I think they're the main 3. The race does drop away a bit from that. Just Leroy, I'm a bit surprised at the support there. I think I have the horse more as a wet tracker, and I can't see any forecast of rain coming between now and Saturday, so that's the way I see it. I could be completely wrong. Beats a War, I don't think it'll get that soft lead that it did two starts back when it won, but it is a good front-running sort of type. You know it's going to put itself into it. But a racing 3 for mine, I really do think it's a racing 3, and that's how it finished last start, between these 3 horses at the weights. At the weights and measures and with the barrier draw for Lyrical Angel, I have her on top of Lombardina and I Love Your Smile.
Nice. Good historical trumpet there, Lombardina too. That's well played, Rusty. It was $18 out to $19 into $8.50, so very well played.
Very good.
There was also 46 cents worth of deductions, but that's fine.
Yeah. That's why I think we averaged about $11, didn't we?
I'm not sure, but well played anyway. You've missed that jab, but that's
good.
Fine. These staying races, Rusty, they're taking turns. I'm at the risk of sounding very frustrated with these stayers. I'd like one of them to actually stick their hand up and just put a couple in a line, because I'm not sure we've seen it for about 6 months. So,
well, those 3 they're all in super form. They were what? Favourite was I Love Your Smile. Come off that third to Beats of War, when Beats of War just led him and waltzed in. Lombardina's been in good form, apart from that one on the heavy 8. And Lyrical Angel hasn't missed a place in its last 3. It's pretty consistent.
But I just want one to put a couple in a line.
Well, this could be the one.
Yeah, or package. Good radio package just walked in.
Peter O'Neill.
Yeah, so I'm going to stay out, Rusty. I've got no firm opinion in this race. It'll be a good one to watch. I should have Beats of War strolling along in front at a good tempo, improving track. A couple stalking will be interesting to see where William gets on the favourite, but he tends to find a way to get things done in these types of races, doesn't he? Lombardina ready to win. Emerald Trader ready to win, I think, too, stepping up to a distance as well. Absolutely.
It does get back a bit, that 5th run back and getting to the 2200, where it's a little bit of an unknown quantity. He had the one start at the 22, didn't get the job done that day, but showed a bit last start, sort of loomed up. I thought that was going to really figure into the placings there, but just didn't quite finish that race off.
Do you have any sanitiser? Because Peter O'Neill shook my hand.
Is he crook?
Hey?
No, he's not crook. He'd be fine. Look at him. He looks like what a strapping individual he is.
I'm not sure what he's got.
He's nervous after last week.
Very important for industry participants. Don't miss this close off. The race is named the Pinnacles Carnival Noms. Close on the 13th of October. You're running out of time to get your noms in. Don't leave it to the last minute. The noms close the 13th of October for the Pinnacles Carnival for 2025.
Race 7 over the mile, the Tab Touch West Speed Platinum Spring Series final. And the market looks as follows. Number 1, El Patron, $10 out to 12. 2, Rockin' Wonder, $5 out to $6.50. 3, Bondi Plunge, the $12 out to $15, back into $11. 4, Gold Maker, $7.50 out to $8, back into $7. 5, Birds of Word, $51 into $34. 2, March Talk is number 6, $5 into $3.90. 7, he's Archie, $7.50 out to $8.50, back into $6.50. 8, Sweet Tea, $4.20 out to $7. 9, Right to Silence, $15 out to $16, now into $10. 10, Bell Journey at $21 out to $26.11. Mavis Myrtle, $21 out to $26.
I'd be offended if I was a horse and they called me Mavis Myrtle.
I like it.
I don't mind it. Double M.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Sounds like
Double M.
What is it?
Someone's great grandma.
It could be.
It could be. So watch him
It's an
now.
honour. Absolutely. Be careful.
Too much talk. 1,000 out at the 440, but earlier on, local sharp money, including 300 at the $5, a large place bet there, 800 at the evens, 600 wins at the 480. Goldmaker for ESP money, 400 at the 650. His Archie, 350 at the 750. And a couple of hundred at the 750. Goldmaker, a couple hundred each way there as well. El Patron money starting to fly in. This has turned into a pretty good little betting race, with the exception of our old mate Sweet Tea, who's on the drift. Rockin' Wonder, a bit of a drift there as well. How are we mapping this one, Seb?
On the martsmaps.com.au, and may have had Marts Maps just have a bit of a glitch before, but in regards to this race, too, Rockin' Wonder, El Patron, right to silence ahead of Mavis Myrtle, who I've looked up, by the way. Mavis Myrtle was there is a war memorial for Mavis Myrtle Malloy.
There you go.
Whether there's any tie in there. Enlisted 1943, an aircraft woman from New South Wales.
Outstanding.
Fantastic. Probably someone's great-grandmother.
You won't find that on martsmaps.com.
No,
That's outstanding.
don't go looking for that.
Would never have come up with that stat. No chance in the world. He's too busy looking at motor yachts. This is a good final, isn't it? $100,000 final, the Tab Touch West Speed Platinum Spring Series final over the mile.
I'll tell you what it is, Rusty. It's a great initiative for milers that are West Speed Platinum qualified, because it's a $100,000 race.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It gives you opportunity for those ones that maybe can't sprint, but there's still a $100,000 race around the corner for you. I think you're spot on with your Marts Maps speed map, Sebby. I think you've got it in one. I think Rocky Wonder only knows one way, and it'll lead from two. El Patron will be looking forward to the dry. It's another on pace. It'll probably sit outside the leader here. It's pretty tough, El Patron, but it'll enjoy getting onto a dry track. Goldmaker's an interesting runner, jumping from 1,200 to a mile. Only had the one win over from 17. A few question marks there. Draw 9. Did run on well at his latest run. It has been consistent as a place getter. It's placed, 9 or 17, so it's been a good bread and butter horse. Too much talk for Jared Humphreys. Good to see Jared with another decent horse out there. This horse is going to be hard to beat. Anyone that watched the replays, especially if you go to have a look at the Stewards replay in the 8K or whatever it is. I wish the other replays were in the same quality as the Stewards one, but it's a beauty. If you ever want to go and have a look at it, too much talk, sat behind the leader, just had nowhere to go. It was full of running, got out too late, got out at about the 100-metre mark, and the bird had flown. And the bird, of course, was Sweet Tea, who made it 2 from 34. It just staggers me how our punters find these. Like, I did notice on the market changes, $28 into 19, so someone's found it.
I think it opened 12.
And got out to 28, did it? Okay,
Yeah.
well, they found their way back into it. And it did win okay too. Second race, as I said, it start 34, so you're looking for it to then make it back-to-back wins.
16 out to 34 into 19.
Got out to 34.
Yep.
Yeah, incredible. So someone's nabbed $34 about that horse. Well done to you if you've been lucky enough to do it. Hayes Archie was a good second in the same race. Meets it a kilo better. Just if you go back and watch the replays, right to silence will be there. It'll come across and be outside the leaders. But if you're a replay watcher as I am, if you're looking at form intrinsically, trying to see horses that might have been unlucky, this is one of them. Too much talk. It'll start shorter than this. It'll certainly, in my view, start shorter. Lucy Fury, I don't think it'll... the lightning rarely strikes twice, so good luck to Jared and the team there. With too much talk, I think it'll be awfully hard to beat in the final there. For $100,000 in the Tab Touch West Speed Platinum Spring Series final.
What are we thinking about the mile for it?
Yeah, showed enough on the line there. After the line even, it was running through the line beautifully. I'm not too concerned about the mile.
I'm a touch concerned about the mile. I'm a touch concerned that his Archie sort of seemed to go through the line with a better head of steam, although it did also have the run-up on it and that build-up in momentum. I'm having a bit of trouble just taking that form from that race at face value in general, because Rockin' Wonder went pretty ordinary for it. The best of Rockin' Wonder it did miss a start by a length as well. And El Patron's gone just ordinary as well. Expected a bit of a better run from it. So I'm not sure what to make of the form, and I'm sort of thinking that this might be like the staying races, where they sort of, if they kept racing this lot, they'd keep taking turns in selecting who won. So I'm a little bit concerned.
You need Ascot, my friend. You're getting very cynical with this Belmont form.
I mean, when I'm looking at Sweet Tea's price and thinking I could almost back that and at single figures, I know I've got a problem. I mean, I know I've got problems already, but it's another one to speak to the doc about.
Well, it is a frustrating thing, and the punters are finding this too. It's winter racing right across Australia. One moment you're racing on good tracks, next minute you're on heavies, and everything in between. It's not easy to line them up.
It's part of the beauty of doing form, isn't it, Rusty?
It is, and you do get well rewarded. If you can find the winners on the wet tracks, you will get well rewarded. And when we get back to Ascot, they'll all be complaining that the favourites are too short, and they'll be rolling in. That's the lament of the punter. But good race for $100,000. Good luck to everyone that's got a runner in it. I think we've done too much talk on this race, to be honest.
Looking forward to watching it. It'll be an intriguing race. Goldmaker, I'm very concerned at the mile.
Me too. And jumping from
the mile,
jumping from the 6 furlongs too.
But could almost back Rockin' Wonder to go back to its best and lead on this improved deck and take care of them. But
2 from 6 on the good.
We'll see what the late markets do there. Sweet Tea might get out to $16 again, and then we might get involved and just restart that love affair.
Leave me out.
Lucky last time over the 1,200 metres. Ascot opening day, 11th of October, handicap. Number 1, Desert Nymph, $14 out to $17, out to as much as $18 though. 2, Angel Undercover, $8.50 out to $16 into $13. 3, Silver Eye, $5 out to $7. 4, Memory Parade, $6.50 out to $10. 5, We Ray Chu, $14 out to $19. 6, Brave Spirit, $6.50 into $4.40. 7, Too Darty, $4.80 into $4. 8, Son of the Boss, $18 out to $23 into $15. 9, Deal Her in, $6.50 out to $7 into $4.80. 10, Masamune, $14 now, opened at $11.
I've had 3 separate people contact me and tell me that I've cooked the dealer in price, that I've cooked the Too Darty price, and that I've cooked the Brave Spirit price. So that's when you know you got a good horse. That's when you know you got a good horse race on your hands.
Well, you've cooked all 3 of them.
Yeah,
That's gracious.
3-way dead heat coming up. Cracking race. This is the race of the day. This is a proper horse race. 1,000 Too Darty at $4.20, but earlier at the bigger prices, 600 at the $4.60. 600 at the $4.80. Brave Spirit, 600 at the $6.50 early. 600 at the $4.60. 600 at the $4.60. 400 at the $6 earlier as well. It's Too Darty and Brave Spirit covered. Dealer in money there, 400 at $5. 300 early at $6.50. 300 at $4.80. Plenty of 250s and 300s there for Too Darty. Memory Parade, 300 at $6.50. Oh, champion. You can have that again with a fair bit of interest on it. Great betting race. This is a good book.
It is. It's a beauty. But there's a lack of speed here from mine. I'm a bit concerned about it. I'm looking forward to hearing what martsmaps.com come up with here as the leader, because it's not an easy race to map.
Serious lack of speed for martsmaps.com.au, but the 7, Too Darty, possibly leading. Mm-hmm. But just like our texter earlier, hard to find the leader.
Yeah, it's Lionel. Son of the Boss, if it jumps and there's some intent there, could possibly lead. Silver Eyes settled handy in the past. Cannot see any of the other horses at this stage of their preparations having a look at the front, Rusty.
No, it's a tricky map, and when there's a tricky map, it could be a messy race in my view. So nice horses returning here. Dealer In's a Really nice young 4-year-old mare. Showed a bit. 4 starts, 2 wins. The win at Ascot and the challenge was a ripper. Certainly has ability. I don't know how short this will be for it. It was last throughout in the trial. I wouldn't worry too much about the trial. It was good late. Ran through the line well. I know it was beaten a long way, but it was a good trial. Masamune plays 4 of 6 at Belmont and gets a favourable draw and does like the sun on its back. So Masamune with the good track might be better suited here. It was 3 wide, no cover in its last run when it ran 8th at Belmont behind Lost Gravity. Only got beaten 2.6 lengths, but it just kept coming all the way through the line. So it showed a bit of ticker for sure. Son of the Boss will be interesting to see if they do take up or try to take up the lead. Certainly, I think if the intention is there, the horse has the ability to lead and can probably lead these on its ear if they wanted to. Jason Brown is a very good front-running jockey. 2 Darty was the trial that caught my eye. Sat in the box, had no visors. It won super. Beat West Star. Boy, it was a good trial. Again, if you're a trial watcher, go back and watch this. Drawn well, Brandon Louis. It's got a good track record. It's got a fantastic good record. So the sun will help it. I think it's just a good horse, this horse. I really do. Nine times the money from 13 starts. It gets us lugging bit for the first time at start 14. And in the trial, it seemed to travel pretty sweetly. And I thought that could be maybe a key here. I think it's going to be awfully hard to beat. And it could start, again, a bit shorter than $4 with the 2.5 kilos off from its last run. Excellent trial. Brave Spirit likes the track. I just don't know if this horse is more of a wet tracker. I think it would probably like to get its toes into the ground a bit more than, say, a 2 Darty. Memory Parade's some hope resuming, as is Angel Undercover. Desert Nymph, I think it's a good wet tracker. I don't think it's going to get the track to suit on Saturday. And Silver Eye, as you said, McGinty, running really well. Norton bit the first time. Tongue tie is back on, so there's still... Adam's certainly still working on it. It's a work in progress here. 18 starts, 5 wins, but that was a good win, and he's still tinkering with the gear. So they're looking for that little bit extra out of Silver Eye, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, cracking race, excited to watch. I've had a little something each one. Angel Undercover at the big, I think got out to close to $17 at one stage. Still a good price for a little sneaky if you like the trial, which I did. Heaps of good trialers. I'm not going to talk anyone out of backing many of them in this because... How
good was 2 Darty?
Yeah, really, exactly. A brilliant trial. Dealer In was a brilliant soft trial.
Yep.
Brave Spirit, lovely trial. Angel Undercover, fantastic. So Memory Parade, a great trial as well. So they're all ready to fire.
They certainly are. If you're going to go into the last there, I'd certainly be going a bit wider on the quaddie. I've got a feeling that there could be... If it's not the favourite, it could be a blowout race. And the only concern I have, of course, is that lack of speed. It can throw up a result.
Mac Hall will join us very soon. This one, maybe just to leave us with Liam in Averley, says, afternoon, lads. Last week I managed to back Buckaroo, Oak Hill, Lindemann, Schnitzelate, Antique Star and Immortal Bliss. Beaten a combined less than 1.5 lengths. Beaten between them. Still managed to look myself in the mirror, unlike Brad, after going up $2 plus on the second coming of Farlap last week on Cosmic Crusader. Go better this week, lads.
Very good. Very good.
Best bets across the card.
We haven't mentioned Butchie, have we? The Mundaring.
No, we need to mention.
We should.
Give him a good plug.
The Great Man's had a winner on Wednesday with Spank Appeal.
Again? It's going good
named
for him.
after himself.
Yes.
And Yonga Lass has been locked in for the Golden Saddle.
Okay, we must talk about the Golden Saddle.
So things are going very nicely for Butch at the moment.
Fantastic. Have all the slots gone?
One to go. The Ganjimi still have to announce theirs. But
is there negotiations happening there at the moment? Are you aware?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Because they're running out of time. It's only a week away.
I reckon they've got a few themselves that they'd be looking at.
Yep.
Them being, I'm not sure what's going on with repossession, but like your Fantas, your King Advisors, your Rockanouris possibly, or maybe they're doing a deal externally. But we'll find out sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. So 11 of the slots out of the 12 are locked in.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Jockey news to come, which we're all looking forward to, but there is a market there with Tab Touch for any that want to play in what is an intriguing race, as is the 2-day Cup.
And we'll get to that later too. Are we going to do best bets on Belmont?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just think it's not a bad day to play on the last day of Belmont. I think God's Rapture, the favourite, will be very hard to beat. I think it's probably the best of the day. I think it will win. Split the G's, good value in the third each way. Classic Rogues, $10 to $12 each way in the fourth. I think Lyrical Angel's going to be right there at $7 each way in the sixth. And I think the Daly Double, it might be a TOO, Daly Double. I wouldn't be surprised if too much talk goes straight into 2 Darty for a nice 2 finish. Nice way to finish Belmont.
Nice 2 for the trombone finish. I got one on the text line from Cameron from Wesley. It says Dougal's been sighted in Dubai on a little side boat in a little life jacket.
Oh, okay.
So
he could be there
more to come there. That'd be one for the
at
socials.
the Motor Yacht Expo. He's a good swimmer, Dougal.
Wow.
Yeah, very good swimmer. Seen him in the river.
No doubt. So mine for Saturday, race 2, I'm going to go Harbin and Mama Tembu. Race 3, Magali Magic around that $8 mark, and race 5 each way at Yarrowley at that $16-ish mark.
All right, so Harbin
and Mama Tembu, race 2.
Yep.
Race 3, Magali Magic.
Magali, yep.
And race 5, Yarrowley.
Done, mate. Brilliant. All righty. Is our guest ready?
Well, sure is. Matt
Well,
Cole's
let's do
got a good team of runners heading to 2J for the 2J Cup Day on Sunday. And then, of course, Wembenyama also running at Belmont for our final day at Belmont. Matt Cole, good afternoon to you.
Hey, boys. How are we?
Really well, thanks. How do we find you?
Yeah, very good. Now having a beer, so it's good.
Firstly, let's touch on Wembenyama. Saturday, race 2 at Belmont. How's it tracking?
Yeah, he's good. Initially, sort of when I saw the fields come out, he wasn't going to run. I thought he was probably pretty poorly weighted, being a Class 1. But it's just difficult to sort of get him down in the weights unless you sort of went to a graduation. So as it sort of played out and the field sort of fell away a little bit, I sort of warmed to the idea of running him, and he'll more than likely take his place Saturday, yeah.
Second last start, what did you make of his last run?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I knew he was going good. There's a few questions on the trials. I knew he was underdone at his first one, and his second one was a lot better. And then first up, he had a couple of excuses. He's sort of just gotten a bit of a bumping match around the corner, and he's not the sort of horse that can pick himself up after that sort of interference. So for him to still run the third or fourth fastest last 600, he found the line okay, and yeah, obviously massive improvement second up.
And better on top of the ground, Mac?
I feel that, yeah. I know he's a done deal, and they seem to sort of like the cutout, but I think he's a horse with a real sharp turn of foot, and he doesn't sort of. It takes a bit longer to go through his gears when the tracks are soft. So, I think getting onto a dry surface is going to really suit him.
Mate, Rusty Collette here. Great to have you on board this afternoon, especially considering you've got the most runners going up to 2J. So you're the best represented stable up at 2J for Sunday's 2J Cup meeting. It's a terrific meeting. Have you raced there before, mate?
I did, yeah. I actually took 5 last year, and we were lucky enough to get 1 winner. So, as soon as I left the track last year, I thought we're bringing a big team back. So, yeah, that's good.
Good on you, mate. Now, if we can go through a couple of these runners, people are already starting to do the form there on 2J. In the first, you've got a couple of runners. You've got Crimo and Zera Blue. Can you tell us about those two?
Crimo obviously raced last week in the Mount Magnet Cup. No luck at all, just sort of caught off the track, and then sort of 100 to 1 shot took off around us and sort of got in our line a little bit, and he never got a flow into it. So drew a line to that. He still went good. He ran 4th. And, I think sort of the second horse had Saturday form and that, and the winner's a Country Cup specialist. So dropping back to a 46 plus should really suit him, and I think he gets along with Keshaw too. So he's probably the better of the two chances, I would say. But Zera Blue comes off a couple of disappointing runs, but she won sort of 4 starts ago or something, and I just don't think she genuinely stays. I feel like she's more of an 1,800 metre horse, and obviously back in this grade's going to help her out too. So they're both sort of each way chances.
Second event of the 1,100 metres, you've got Elsa's Pride with Shani Webster jumping aboard of this mare.
Yeah, we give her a trial Monday. She's sort of we had her set for 2J, and she had a little bit of a sort of setback, so we had to rush her at the end and sort of get her there. So you may be a touch underdone, but she's the type of mare that gets out and gets running. So I feel like if she can get outside the leader or possibly even cross him, she'll roll down the hill and give a sight for sure.
And dropping 4 kilos with the claim, and also bar plates off for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had a lot of troubles with her feet last prep. She's quite a sound horse, but for whatever reason during the winter, she just kept getting infections and all sorts of things in her feet. So I think we've got them sorted this prep, and she's going to appreciate the weight off too. Yeah.
Okay, into the third, another mare, Tropical Sun, jumping from barrier 8 with Rocky Chungapore. Just tell us a little bit about Rocky and your relationship with him in his early career.
Well, actually, he hasn't ridden for me yet.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll sort of find out a bit about our relationship after Sunday. But I've been told that he's quite good at using the whip in the left, and that's what I feel this horse needs. He seems to lay in a lot under pressure, and I feel like she's a relatively new acquisition to our yard, but watching her first 3 runs this prep, she just seems to sort of be a little bit underdone. She had a long break, and I feel like she was building towards doing something, and obviously in this grade's going to help her out too. And then getting the claims, getting her right down the weights. I feel like we can let the speed go. There's a lot of pace in that race, and I wouldn't be surprised if she ran past a few for sure.
He's an excitement machine when he gets up on one, so be aware of that. Can't be surprised if he leaps on you, Mac.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah, it should be good.
He's a little
He's got a good name for it.
He's beautifully named for it, mate. Race 5, we've got Board of the Bar. Was this horse Board of the Bar, or was it an earlier owner?
That's a story that you'd have to ask my old man. I was up in Kalgoorlie at when the winter sales were on, and I gave him a budget to buy some horses, and he sort of went off script a little bit and bought his own horse, using my money, and then he was obviously at the bar at the time because it was he bought it thinking it would be a 2-year-old, and it suddenly just got the races. So that's the story there. So she'd have to improve a little bit on what she did first up, but I think she's just a horse that's going to take a bit more time.
What about in the Cup, the 2J Cup for 2025? You've got Salary Man, a horse, I believe, Peter O'Neill, the package, who just wandered into the TAB Radio studios here, is involved in. Now, second last start for Salary Man with a good trial before that.
Yeah, he was, yeah. He's been pretty consistent all prep, to be honest. He had a couple of poor runs to start with, and we ironed out a few issues. He was he's pulling up pretty ordinary after his races, and he sort of tinkered with a few things track work wise, and he seemed to put 4 runs together that have been real consistent now. And it was a toss up whether or not to run him in the 46 or the Cup, and the Cup doesn't look overly strong, so I thought it's going to give the owners a big thrill to have a runner in a Cup race. And I know he's only a Class 1, but he's placed 10 times, so he's always thereabouts, and he's got that racing pattern which is going to suit 2J.
Yeah, it's nice when you can load them on the float on the way up there. You know they're going to give their best and possibly bring back a check every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially this horse. He really doesn't. He really tries. He puts a lot into his races. And last start, Shani sort of went a little bit fast on him, and we spoke about that after the race. But he hit the front early, and he was entitled to probably run 4th or 5th. But for him to fight on and he sort of get beaten a length was a big effort, and he come through it good. And I just feel that 2J's tight turning circuit's going to really suit horses that get up on the pace, and he's one of those.
Gee, it's in good condition, Mac. I was up there during the week, and I've never seen it look better. They've done a lot of work on that track. It is green, it's lush, it's fantastic.
Yeah, Fitzy and the crew, they do a good job up there, and I'm really happy to support them, and it was a great day last year, so I'm only imagining it's going to be even better this time round.
And in the lucky last, mate, you've got Queen Sacrifice. Nice trial the other day. How's this chestnut mare coming back to the races?
Yeah, she's coming back well. She didn't have long off. She's a horse that sort of thrives on being in work, to be honest. So I sort of just raced her 10 days, and she just kept bouncing off her runs, and every time I spaced her out, she'd go ordinary. So didn't give her a long out, and she's had a good grounding to come back for this. And obviously the trial the other day was really good on a surface that she doesn't really appreciate. So getting back on top of the ground is going to suit her, and she's just tough. She tries hard, and to be honest with you, I probably think she's the best of my crew on Sunday.
That was my next question. So best in the last?
Yeah, I would say that's my best. I just know what you're going to get with her.
Yep.
She'll get out and run, and when one comes to her, she'll dig in hard. Yeah.
And I did love the fact that it was a 1,200-metre trial there, and Red Sun Sensation sort of moved up but couldn't get past her. I think she showed a lot of ticker in that trial. It was a good trial.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, he's a talented horse, and she's just a little bulldog. Hey, like she's never won a race by further than 0.2 lengths or something. She's won 4 of them, but all by small margins. But she just doesn't want to let horses go past her. So I'm sure she'll be there right until the last little bit again on Sunday.
Well, mate, we're looking forward to it. As I said, you're the best stable represented at the 2J for the 2J Cup meeting on Sunday. If people want to get up there and have a look around, I'm sure you're going to be very competitive, as you always are, mate. You've had a good season, great winter season. Team's going well, plenty of winners.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Yeah, everyone's working hard behind the scenes, and we're getting a lot of support sort of client-wise now, and it's great. I know we're taking them sort of around the place to get winners, but wherever you're winning, you're getting a result for everyone involved, and everyone's happy. So I just love it.
Mate, it's a thrill winning a race anywhere. You know it. I know it. The audience certainly knows it. You can be winning at Mount Magnet, and it feels just like it's winning at Flemington. It's a great feeling. You're doing a good job, as I said to you and Shani. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, and hope you have a very successful weekend, starting off with Wimbiana on Saturday, and then, of course, 2J with the 6 runners.
Beautiful. Thanks, Rusty. Cheers, boys.
We hope you enjoyed another stimulating episode of Straight Up. All betting markets supplied by Tab Touch. All care, no responsibility went into the production of today's podcast.